host for today's ceremony is Major General Chad J. Parker, the Director of Military Integration Office and the Mobilization Assistant to the DIA Director. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome each of you to this ceremony. Today's ceremony is in keeping with the customs and proud traditions of the Department of the Army. The promotion of this outstanding U.S. Army officer is very significant. This soldier answered the call to duty and sacrificed to serve our great nation. At this time, I'm honored to present to you the host for today's ceremony, the Director of the Military Integration Office and a Mobilization Assistant to the DIA Director, Major General Chad J. Parker.
We're going to compete with the noise. It's a great day to be outside. It's a great day to be at DIA. Thank y'all for coming today. Major General Leacock, thank you for coming. I appreciate that. For those of you who don't know, he used to have my job a couple years ago, so thank you for coming and being here today. Hey, look, today is significant in the life of an Army officer. We go through several transitions in our career, and today marks one of those milestones for Colonel Nguyen. First is that transition from being a lieutenant to a captain, because that kind of means you've got a little bit of seasoning on you and people can start to trust you, right? But you're still a company grade officer, but you got a little bit of seasoning. You probably have in company command, you probably have a few more people under you, so we start to trust you a little bit more. The next milestone comes as you become a captain to a major, and that marks a significant milestone in a military officer's career, at least in the Army, because you've gone from being a company grade officer to now you've become a field grade officer, and the expectations completely change, right? You're not allowed to make those same mistakes as you made as a captain. Now you make bigger mistakes, but we expect more of you. And while Colonel Nguyen is still staying in the field grade ranks, when you make that transition from being a lieutenant colonel to a colonel, in the Army, you're no longer a tactician. We now look to you for the operational and the strategic approaches and leveraging your mind in much bigger and better things. So today marks a very significant milestone in that transition from being a lieutenant colonel to a colonel. It also puts him on the footsteps, the doorstep of being a general officer. So this is a significant transition in Colonel Nguyen's career as we promote him today from lieutenant colonel to colonel, and with different expectations, different thought processes, and different pay grade, most importantly. Most importantly. Hey, we want to thank Kat and Ivy for being here. Hopefully she remembers this, hopefully. So hopefully we welcome you and the rest of the Nguyen family for being here to honor this ceremony and the things that we're going to do today. This is a little bit out of the norm, but that's okay because, you know, Colonel Nguyen said, hey, sir, I want to follow protocol. I said, the protocol is yours. Today is about your ceremony, about you, and about your family. So do this however you want to do it. Right? We'll adapt and overcome, and that's the great thing about the U.S. Army. And being here at DIA, we'll adapt and overcome and make this successful. So those are my comments. I'll turn it back over to you, Dave.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the publishing of the ordinance. Attention to orders. The President of the United States has reposed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities of Colonel Minh Nguyen. In view of these qualities and his demonstrated potential for increased responsibility, he is therefore promoted in the Army of the United States Reserve to the rank of Colonel, effective date 8 June 2022, by the order of the Secretary of the Army. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Nguyen's mother, spouse, daughter, sisters, brother, and cousin will now join us in getting on his rank. Spouse, Kat Mai, his daughter Ivy, his mother,
Good.
Thank you. Military officer's oath is a combination of constitutional requirement, historical influence, and centuries-old custom. While the first oath of office under the Constitution of the United States for officers, non-commissioned officers, and enlisted soldiers dates back to 1789, the officer's oath has changed over the years. In 1884, Congress approved the version we use today. General Parker will now administer that oath to Colonel Nguyen.
Colonel Nguyen, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,